fighting to make it a game, and then once we did, it's like you usually don't get over the hump like that. You know, they played the game that they deserved to win, and we did.
I think late in the third quarter, you guys got it down to 11, and then I think it's 4 empty possessions each time. You had gotten the stops, but just couldn't get anything offensively. What did you see execution-wise?
Yeah, man. I remember that stretch, but I don't remember exactly what happened. You know, like what we could have done better. But I know that it was back and forth. You know, like we just didn't execute as well as we would have needed to win this type of game. And when we did those things, I think, like I said, it showed. We was right there in the game, and we had a chance.
You mentioned kind of the back and forth nature, not making shots offensively in the first half, but they start 12-20 from the three-point line. What do you see from that? Is that point of attack defense starting that, or is it just not closing out? What did you see?
No, I don't think it was that. I think we talked about it, you know, where all of these guys shoot, and being close to them ain't close enough. They're gonna raise up and shoot the ball, and we saw it at halftime. We were closing out the guys, and it was like thinking that they're not gonna shoot, and they was shooting it even contested. But if you're not closing out to the chest, they're gonna shoot it, and they confident and comfortable shooting those shots. And I thought we allowed too many of those to start the game.
What do you make of the defensive pressure that White and Holiday can put on you up top?
I didn't think they pressured me. I mean, they're a really good defensive backcourt, but I wouldn't say it was like they were pressuring or anything like that. They're just solid. They got good size. They're strong. They're smart, and they compete on that end of the floor. But it wasn't. I didn't feel pressure.
Stands out about their offense, you know, the way they're able to spread you out, 5 playmakers, you know. What's the challenge of going against a team like that?
I think the skill set that they all have, you know, when you got 5 guys out there with the ability to shoot the way they do, that's dangerous. But I think they play for each other. You can tell that they bought into, you know, making an extra pass. You know, they drive into the paint when everybody sinks in, they kick it out, and then they play off the catch and drive again, and they make you react, and they constantly finding the next guy because they know that that's a winning brand of basketball, but they also know that guy can make it, that guy can make it, and that guy can make it. And the more they can make those plays, the more spaced out you'll have a defense. And you know, when they started to play that way, that was when they gave us the most trouble.
You've been living at the free throw line this year. I don't think you shot your first free throw until 2 minutes into the third quarter. What do you see about, you know, their physicality defensively, or maybe what they were stopping you from being able to do?
I think usually when you are the more aggressive team, which they were to start the game, you know, the referees give you the benefit of the doubt. You know, they call the game that way. And I did think it was some plays that I got the same contact that I've gotten over the course of the season that just didn't get called. And that's the way the game is sometimes. Some nights you just don't get that same whistle. This was a high-level game, so, you know, they're not going to be calling the bumps that you might get on a Tuesday against another team. You know, they're going to let us play. And I think on the one hand, you want those calls. You know, like I was on them pretty heavy tonight, but you also don't want those calls being called against you all the time either. So you got to live with the game being called that way. And like I said, there was a lot of things that we could have done better to help ourselves to have a better chance to win. And even in the end, we had a chance. We had an opportunity. So, you know, we just got to understand those things and be better the next time we see them.
When you look at that final 5 minutes, is there something you circle about what you guys were doing right on either end of it?
I think the main thing is just how we defended. You know, we picked up our pressure. We were physical. We were getting into their bodies on the shot, and we were coming up with the ball. And that's a hard thing to do for 4 quarters with that type of energy. But if we can just be, you know, 80% of that aggressive and that physical, you know, nobody's balls to the wall at the start of the game. So if we can just be 80% of how we finish the game, we'll be much better off. But I think that was how the game changed. We just picked the ball up higher. You know, we didn't let them just ease into their sets. We was into the ball, making it hard for them to get a catch. You know, guys' first move was getting cut off. Second move, we were physical. You know, we knew it was like desperation. We had to get stops, and we just got to have that on our mind earlier in the game the next time.
You said you stayed in your comfort zone. And you never were in a situation through the whole game when you look at the scoreboard that you maybe should feel the pressure, and it's just kind of started like in the last 3 minutes. Why do you think you weren't able to step out of your comfort zone?
What you mean?
Like, because the whole when you see the whole game, you always were like 15 points behind. You said you stayed in that comfort zone. So why you never had that pressure to feel like, oh, now we need to step up it just kind of started in the last 3 minutes.
Well, I think we had that urgency, but like I said, when you allow a team to get comfortable and make shots and gain that confidence, and you know they got their guys coming off the bench feeling good, everybody's feeling good. It's hard to turn that corner, and you know I think by the time we got to that late point in the game, how hard we started coming was able to overcome that, you know, but it was too late, and that's usually how it goes. So I think the way we started the game and what we allowed them to do over the course of the first 2 quarters just made it harder for us to, you know, actually show how hard we was working and show how much we wanted to kind of overcome that because we had already let them, you know, jump out on us.
You mentioned it was a high-level game. You were part of a lot of moves these two teams made. Did it have that energy? I know it's only November, there's a lot more games to go. Did it have that energy and feel?
I mean, we knew neither one of us was going to win a championship tonight. So I think the thing that made it a high-level game was, you know, they're the first team in the East and we're the second. You know, the winner walks away number 1 right now, which means nothing. But a lot of high-level players on their team, a lot of high-level players on ours, and you just embracing the competition. That makes it a high-level game and a high-energy basketball environment. That makes for a high-level game, but I didn't get traded from Boston. Like, I'm not even, I know I was in the mix of it, but, like, I wasn't involved in it.
Thank you.